Hello, welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemsworth. Thank you so much for joining me for today's show. Hope everyone is doing well. I know the show's coming to us a little late today, so my apologies for that. But on Sundays, I leave for the house really early. My son volunteers at church, I volunteer at church, and it's just a busy day. So here we are here. We're continuing on in Matthew chapter 18. And please forgive me for this little technical difficulty that I had at the beginning of the show. For whatever reason, my headphones were not fully plugged in, so my apologies for that. Anyway, we're continuing in Matthew chapter 18. We're finishing the parable of the unmerciful servant in Matthew chapter 18. So we're looking at Matthew chapter 18, verses 31 through 35, which says, "When his fellow servants saw what had taken place, they were greatly distressed, and they went and reported to their Lord all that had taken place. Then his Lord summoned him and said to him, 'You wicked servant, I forgave you all that debt because you pleaded with me. And should not you have had mercy on your fellow servant as I had mercy on you?' And in anger his Lord delivered him up to the jailers till he should repay all his debt. So also my heavenly Father will do to every one of you if you do not forgive your brother from your heart." Wow. Wow, Jesus is really pulling no punches on the importance of us forgiving other people, just as he has forgiven us. Really pulling no punches here. And so in the verses we're covering today, we see that the master, the king, knows what justice was due him, but that he forgave it anyway. But the servant was incapable of forgiving a much lesser sum than he had been forgiven. And because of that, he has merited, if you will, his just punishment. Because he wouldn't forgive that lesser sum, even though he had been forgiven those 10,000 talents, well, justice has come. And he gets thrown in jail. Now, these ancient jails weren't like jails today. You know, you go to jail today and you work. You get paid a very, very small sum of money. It's less than minimum wage. But they still get paid something. It still wouldn't be enough to cover this debt here. In the ancient jails, this wasn't the case. You were in jail. Sorry, you didn't earn any money. You were there for life. You were there for life. So what can we learn from this parable? This is a very important lesson for us to grasp. Mercilessness has a price. It's pure folly, if you will. When we've been forgiven the eternal debt of sin, we need to be willing to forgive others of much smaller debts that they owe us. And we see this in the prayer that Jesus gave us to our Father. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. You see, if we're not willing to forgive people, we need to take a look deep at ourselves. We may be claiming that we're Christians, but are we? According to Jesus, and in this parable he just said, we're meriting prison, and prison in this case would be hell. So if you're holding a grudge, you need to forgive. You need to let it go. No matter how difficult it may be. It doesn't mean that you're going to forgive and forget. That's not the case. You're not God. And it doesn't mean that we're to be pacifist either. We still need to protect ourselves. It's okay to forgive someone and not associate with them ever again. That's okay. But you need to let go of that grudge. God bless you. Thank you for joining me in this episode of the Daily Bible Podcast. And we'll be back with another episode tomorrow. Have a great day. God bless you. Check out my website, williamhemsworth.com, for my radio show, YouTube channel, other articles, etc. God bless you. Thank you for listening.